Okay, as I said in the intro, I've got with me Ms. Jennifer Kerns. She's a dental hygienist over at United We Smile. And today we're going to talk about something that we probably all have experienced at one time or another: cavities. Dirty old cavities. Oh, I can remember when I was a kid, Jen, growing up, the dentist said, you got a cavity. And when I was growing up, I think they were still passing out wooden teeth. Why don't you tell us about cavities, Jen, and how we get them and what the problem is?
Thanks, Jim. So first, I wanted just to kind of explain that cavities, we try and explain to parents when they bring their kids in not to share spit with kids because cavities, we kind of think of them as contagious up until you're just about 4 years old. So children aren't born with the ability to have cavities. We actually give it to them by sharing our own spit. So try and keep kids under 4 away from sharing spit with other family members, other play dates, things like that, and that'll help your kids quite a bit. Pacifiers, toys that go in one kid's mouth go in another kid's mouth. Cavities are from bacteria that is just like the common cold. It's just a different kind of bacteria. And so, it spreads around from tooth to tooth and person to person, especially if you can't fight it yet when you're a small child.
So, on that note, is it, everybody thinks if they brush real hard or they do, that's only part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, try and keep sugar free. Don't drink pop with sugar in it. Don't drink things with sugar in it. Stay away from sugar. That's great, but it goes a lot more than that. And that's what I wanted to talk about is it's about the pH, the acidity of your mouth. So sugar is a fermentable carbohydrate that converts to an acid in our body. And so it's the acid that causes cavities, not necessarily just the sugar. So when we talk to families, we think about pH as a number of acid or base. So if you look at your car battery, it's got battery acid. That liquid, it's a cartoon. It comes across and eats your skin, and the acid is melting me. So think of it that way. So battery acid has a pH number of 1, and our mouth has a pH of 7. And so spit has a pH of 7, and regular tap water has a pH of 7. And if you can keep your mouth at a 7, then that keeps your enamel strong and it keeps it kind of sealed off like that. So as soon as your mouth drops below 7, your enamel starts to open up and become porous, and that's when you can get cavities, is if you don't repair that by the end of the day. So if you think about like, let's say colas are a pH of about 2.4. Orange juice is a pH of around 3.3. Root beer is usually a pH of around 4. So root beer is actually better for you than orange juice for your teeth. And orange juice is better for your teeth than cola. And so if you think about it, for the whole entire 24-hour day, you really want to have your mouth to stay at 7 as much as possible to keep the enamel pores closed. So if you think about having like a giant 2 liter of something, whether it is tap water that you've thrown some lemons and berries and cucumbers in, that tap water doesn't have a pH of 7 anymore. It dropped down. So now it's below 7 and your enamels open up. If you have, let's say, Gatorade, or you take water and you put some sugar-free Crystal Light in it or something like that, you're dropping that pH. So if you had that whole entire 2 liter bottle and you were to sip on it and sip on it and sip on it, and maybe you have, a couple cups of coffee and it takes you a few hours. Maybe you have more coffee a couple hours later. Your mouth is never going to be at 7 because you're dropped below 7 every time you put that stuff in your mouth. So the idea is to have these bursts of your pH dropping below 7, and then your spit, or chase it with some tap water, bring your mouth back up to 7 as fast as possible. So you have your coffee in the morning, you have your breakfast, your orange juice, you eat and drink. Your pH is going to go from 7, it might go up a little bit with food, go down. It's going to fluctuate, and that's great. But then you stop. and then you don't eat or drink anything but tap water, plain tap water for hours until your next meal, maybe lunchtime, or you have a mid morning snack or something. But you have to have a start and stop time to every meal or beverage so that you have these long breaks throughout the day where your mouth can go back to 7 and stay at 7 for hours. So after lunch, don't have anything until dinner time. If your kids come inside and they're hot and sweaty from playing outside and they're like, Mom, I'm thirsty. Can I have something to drink? They only get tap water. It's the sipping on all this other stuff and keeping your pH below 7 and never getting back up to 7. Your enamel is staying porous all day. And then, if it's porous all day, that little bit of fluoride in the toothpaste that we brush our teeth with at night, and then you just spit in the sink, don't rinse off that toothpaste. Just put it on your teeth, brush really well, spit once, and then go to sleep with a residual tiny bit of toothpaste sitting on your teeth with the fluoride in it. That's going to kind of build those snowflake crystals to fill in the holes from the day in your tooth, that enamel that became porous. It'll fill in with the fluoride molecules. So that can repair the tooth from the damage of the day, but not if you're below 7 the entire day and you've spent your whole day with your teeth porous and open and you never gave them a chance to heal and seal up for the next day because you're going to do it again the next day. So the idea is to eat and drink at meal times, in between meals, have nothing but water, brush your teeth with a fluoridated toothpaste at night, spit it in the sink, but leave just a tiny bit on your teeth. Go to sleep. It'll build those snowflake crystals to fill them in, and tomorrow you start all over again.
There we go, folks. There we go. Some really great tips from Jennifer on dental hygiene and how to prevent cavities. I think it's important that people just understand this short YouTube, folks, but she certainly has packed a lot of information and keep those kids from getting cavities. That's an important thing. Well, Jen, thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
this.
Come see us at the clinic.
Yeah, okay. Take care, and you have yourself a great rest of the 4th of July.
Thanks, you too, Jim. Bye bye.